Well, the U.S. Coast Guard expecting many people to celebrate the 4th of July holiday out on the water on the boat. It wants everyone to have fun, but also have a safe time. Amanda Fay reports on what you should consider before you take your boat out.
The U.S. Coast Guard is always training for emergency scenarios like this one. But the hope is to avoid having to make rescues on the water.
The biggest thing is we're trying to prevent search and rescue. We're a search and rescue unit, but we want to prevent those cases as much as possible.
So if you're going to be boating, you might expect to get pulled over and inspected to make sure you're following the rules on the water. There are a few things the Coast Guard will make sure you have on board.
One day flare, one night flare. Also, you need a fire extinguisher on board as well, and the proper amount of life jackets. So if you have 10 people on board, you need 10 life jackets and a sound producing device. So a horn would work or a whistle.
You should also have a throwable flotation device in case someone goes in the water. The Coast Guard says you likely won't get fined if you're found without these items, but you will be escorted back to dock. Something you can be fined for, drinking or doing drugs while driving a boat. The Coast Guard says anyone on board can drink, and the driver can as well, as long as he or she is below the .08 limit. The Coast Guard will hold Operation Dry Water July 5th through the 7th to crack down.
Boating while impaired can cause accidents, just like in a car, as well as you could run yourself into the jetties or rocks or run aground in some place where you shouldn't be.
The Coast Guard wants to remind everyone to have a float plan before setting off. Make sure to tell someone where you're going and make sure your cell phone is fully charged. For WTOL 11, I'm Amanda Fay.